इतना talent है यहाँ पे मैं क्या बताऊँ. And almost, you've sort of discovered Papon over the years. And he burst onto the scene for us years ago. And the crazy part is that G&Q is almost 11, 12 years now. Huh? So not only are you incredibly talented, but you're incredibly anciently talented. Thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you so much.
Sir,
Hanji.
You have a following that I remember Sula Fest I had gone for once.
Achha.
And wahan pe, the feel and the vibe was amazing. And then this man was on stage with thousands of people out there. That is your vibe. If I ever thought about you, I would think of large-scale crowds, you with your band. I can never imagine you sitting behind a recording studio in front of a mic. Wow. Has that always been you, in spite of you being in Bollywood, continuing to be in Bollywood and outside, playback singing still? Do you prefer the open?
Yes, of course. I mean, anyway, as it is, I have always lived in open spaces, coming from Assam, and the mountains and traveling so much. So,
I didn't tell you this earlier, I'm half Assamese.
No
I'm from Tinsukia.
No way. No way.
Yeah.
Crazy, okay.
Half Bengali, half Assamese.
We've been chatting a bit before the interview,
that's why I didn't tell him this.
But I didn't know about this also. So yes, concerts I really like. And always a mehfil person. The concert feels like a big mehfil. But definitely.
There are 2-3 singers only that are able to do this and live in both worlds. In the current world, of late, Jubin Nautiyal does a lot of this. He comes and he goes back into the pahad. Mohit Chauhan used to do this. He used to sing there.
Both from the mountains.
Yes. But very rarely can you do it because when you go away, there is that fear, that insecurity कि मेरे को वापस कौन बुलाएगा, in spite of you being such a powerful singer, in spite of you having some great hits. You would never have come across to me as somebody who's ever insecure about the work. Is that because you don't want to work that much or what? Because you've sung all the big songs.
It's never, I don't think anybody should take it work like that, firstly. कि काम ज़्यादा नहीं करना है. It's not that, because if you love your work, it's not work, firstly. And this other thing is, to answer the same question, is that if you're good, then you're not insecure, I think. No?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody I've seen, anybody is really good.
But there's so much new talent that is coming which is equally good.
Yeah.
So then
equally good, as in, if they're good, they won't be insecure, I'm sure. I mean, if there's insecurity, then you're insecure that someone will take your place, insecure that it will not be, consistent, आपका चलेगा नहीं बहुत दिन, ये सब insecurity होगा. But I don't think इतना insecurity नहीं होता है कि that you'll be out of business. I mean, if you're good, देखिए, people can take away, people can cheat you, take your money, property away, cannot take your talent away, what you are. So उसमें क्या है?
And you have incredible talent. Somebody, actually sometimes, a lot of the time the cliches, जो northeast के जो लोग होंगे या जो south के लोग होंगे, उनको languages में गाने में कई बार problem हो सकती है. But you have sung in so many languages. Was that always the case when you were young also, that you were able to get the tonality and the intonation right?
Not really, to be honest, because I come from a place, Tinsukia now, Assam, जहाँ पे अभी भी मैं बोलता हूँ in a fun way कि हम chili chicken नहीं बोलते थे, हम chili chicken बोलते थे, मतलब अच्छा वो कुछ भी नहीं था. So हिंदी ही मतलब in Delhi like बहुत दोस्तों ने सिखाया like how to speak Hindi, then Urdu, and then now when I sang Telugu or Kannada or.
But so that is very tough to sing.
I'm not good, but I don't think I'm good, but I have managed. And I think it's practice also. It's music is business of years also, no? So I think if you good with music and sound, over some time experience, your years become better and better, I think. So that's how maybe I did it.
Also very different styles of music, For a long time, like I'm a big follower of Malayali rap. I love it. I think the South independent artists are incredible. They're fantastic. They make their own concoctions. The beats are always very fast. Even in the commercial music is much faster. You have oscillated from both sides. You sing with the deep, soulful voice also of yours. When you're singing down south also, even if you sing a Marathi song also, the beat and the feel is totally different. Do you find it difficult? I mean, some artists find some, not just languages, even some tonalities of songs difficult. Does that ever happen to you?
I wouldn't say I'm good at southern Indian language so much. But if you talk about deep, slow, poised music and versus bouncy, fast music. So I also come from a land when there is bihu.
Yeah.
So bihu is very bouncy, dancey, very fast also. So my dad is Kogen Mahanto. He's called he's no more, but he's called the bihu samrat, bihu king of Assam.
Wow.
So so in my blood that bounce is there. So I like and I like dancing. I like doing this. So I love like dancey stuff as much, and also ghazals and that much. So
are you an enigma still in Bollywood? Do they still not know? Because your vibe is very lounge.
yes, तभी यहाँ सोफा पर रखा है यहाँ पे.
But अलग सी पहचान, मतलब एक बारी जब एक हिट चीज हो जाती है, उसको अलग पहचान तोड़ने में अब आसानी है या
नहीं? अब तोड़ने की जरूरत भी नहीं है, जिसको जो वहम है रहे. हम अपना करते रहेंगे. And I love, I mean, I've yet to do a lot. Now the recent work I'm doing actually. और time ही नहीं मिला. Actually पहले I was into a lot of my own music, which was non-film. Film happened later. तो कोई Bollywood का, there was no plan of Bollywood. There was never a dream of singing playback. So that's why आप अगर मुझे पूछोगे the famous numbers or किसने क्या गाया in the past of Bollywood, I do not know because I never had there's no plan to
get into
do
Bollywood.
That. So that way my non-film music, which is indie or whatever you call it, that I have been doing. Then suddenly shows happened. थोड़ा famous हो गया, travel होने लगा. Then now after COVID, I have realized I got those 2 years of not traveling anywhere. So I'm redesigning my sound and lots of interesting stuff coming out actually now.
Is it when they say that it's a very filmmakers are going through very nervous times these days, obviously because people have options, people have on a cell phone you can watch so much. Has music really gone through a sea of change? I mean, I see a lot of artists come out with independent numbers, which is great, fantastic. You have your own army of fans that like to listen to your music. You got a very large successful YouTube channel as well. But generally speaking, do you think that the quality of music is getting better?
No, it's not like that. I think quality cannot get better or something, but we are getting to see diversity now. I think we are getting to see much more variety in terms of sound, thought process, songwriting. All that was missing, I think, in the mainstream or in the, it wasn't visible. I'm sure each one of us were doing it. I was an indie artist and I'm still am. I keep doing my own stuff. But Bollywood, I mean, since last 20 or 15 odd years, it kind of became such a big industry that nothing else could really compete, because all the airtime, that's how it works.
TV, radio, everywhere.
Everything is, taken over by so much money behind it because, so much talent also involved.
Yeah, and also the sampling audience is so large.
It's huge. Like in the world, I think one of the biggest industries maybe. So that's how I think, I missed the question. I don't know where we were.
No, with the music, do you think that it's evolved?
Yeah.
Changed, and also sampled across the world? Do you think it's happening, or do they still think that this is not Bollywood? I mean, this is not what we hear.
No.
As far as music, when you go abroad and you listen to it, with films it's happened. Sometimes they say, for us, Bollywood means song and dance. Bollywood music, for years it was song and dance.
Are you talking about Bollywood music itself evolving?
Yes, and even music otherwise also, singers also have evolved.
Yeah.
But do you think that music has changed and that people are ready to accept the evolution of new music in Bollywood?
I think we are getting there now where it's going to open up to like anybody. I think anybody can be doing music for Bollywood now because it used to be in a set pattern somewhere where some really great talented musicians were able to churn out what was needed.
Right.
Now since films only have opened up, I think in terms of even storyline, it's become much more realistic. It's looking for urban stories, urban now music. And because of internet, the world has shrunk.
Yeah, totally.
So now, we sitting here, we are listening to Mexican, to anywhere, music from anywhere in Spanish. So there's an immediate comparison, even without trying to compare. The sound in your ears, you will know, oh, this is falling up, not really, whatever.
Yeah, correct.
So I think our young stars now, they are very well tuned to the world sound. So I think now it will be the requirement that anything we produce, sound-wise, has to be at par of what's happening in the world also, some kind of sync. And that's why I think, I think the music is going to rapidly change in Bollywood music also.
Is that difficult to do, but to rapidly change? Because it also will, if you don't have the skill set, you'll fall out.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I mean, whoever hasn't been listening to what's happening, I mean, you don't have to really focus into listening into what's happening around, but somewhere you should have that adaptability of a range of music in your listening. If you're listening, then it'll come out. If you have never heard any kind of, you've never sampled it, you are stuck to one style, then it'll be difficult for you to maybe work around. But I think now everybody has access to so much music through the internet. I think ears are tuned in already for people who make music, young people who are creating. Us also, I've been listening to such a variety of music range that I think it wouldn't be like a change. It will be a great platform now if Bollywood can bring in new sounds.
Are you going to be doing a lot more into the world of the cinema and, creating sounds for them, not just singing?
Yes, I want to. Yeah. Why did you ask?
I was just thinking about it because your understanding of music is very pure, and I think a lot of people will, I mean, I wouldn't say they get mechanical. You'll churn out songs with the same josh, you'll come there, but there's no feel to it. So you'll do that. So a lot of the times they treat Bollywood like the job, then you can go back home and make your own kind of music. So now that that you are mentioning that a lot of people are gaining the strength to want to create, will you compose, will you become full-fledged music direction for films? Have you approached some filmmakers or have they approached you? Is that happening?
Wow, interesting. It's almost like I planned this interview to let the world know, because I am actually doing that at the moment. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking of going into composing for films because I do compose my own stuff anyway. I keep bringing out my own stuff. I'm working on my albums also.
Yes.
But yes, if now looking at how Bollywood is becoming like wide open for newer sounds, I would like to. That's what I'm thinking of, like to work on some projects.
We'll have to leave the door open and all these auditions can happen. Because what happens is also artists who make it on their own and who don't really come with the whole idea like Papon to become playback singers, they're a lot more open to new sounds, different variations of singing. There's no one set kind of sound and voice that they want to hear. And I think that sort of helps so much. So yeah, as and when he announces it, of course, there'll be a press release to which films that he's doing or what he's planning to do. And there'll be lots of auditions at the doorstep. We'll take a little break and come right back. There's a special reason also that we've called him here. And of course, I want to show you. We're going to have this used as well. We'll come right back. It's like a live orchestra type feel. क्योंकि ये unplugged interviews में यही advantage होता है. Papon हमारे साथ. Thank you so much, sir, for joining me. One of the greats of, my years. And I remember, of course, there's an amazing track that he's actually sung for Gulzar Saab. And there's a tribute to him. And Gulzar Saab and their connection is so emotional. And first of all, I'm very scared of that gentleman. You will come to. First time I saw him, I will tell you, he was with Vishal Bhardwaj ji. I didn't know what to say in front of him. Papa was coming. He has got this little serious expression always. Yes. We'll talk about that. But the song that made you sit in everybody's hearts was GAQ. Is that the most requested song for you, sir? Everywhere you go?
One of the for sure. And that the song which we'll have to sing everywhere. Every show we have to.
Yeah, so this is also one of those shows where you have to.
And we love doing this. I want to thank Pritam Da for that beautiful song.
Yeah.
Na aaye ho, na aoge, na phone pe bulaoge, na shaam ki tarari chaay labon se yun milaoge. Na aaye ho, na आओगे न दिन ढले सताओगे न रात की नशीली बात नींद में जगाओगे तुम गए हो क्यों रात बाकी है तुम गए हो क्यों साथ बाकी है गए तुम गए हम थम गए हर बात बाकी है
so beautiful this is.
Thank you.
This is actually, how did you sing this? I remember. Was this just exactly sung in this way and then they said you sing it some other way, or ऐसा ही गाया था आपने और ऐसा ही बन गया?
ऐसा ही गाया था.
मतलब कोई अलग वर्जन था या कैसा था? How was it?
He just sent it to me and I recorded it in Delhi. And in my bedroom, like a bedroom studio I had. So वही recording रहा. They called me that okay, it's approved. Whatever you sent, we liked. You come to Bombay, we'll record it. And we recorded it in the studio proper. But that thing didn't come. जो मेरे रात को 2 बजे अकेले bedroom में गाया था. I couldn't do that again. Bring it back. Somehow, it's a moment.
Yeah.
So they said, वही रख रहे हैं बस जो था original.
Were you shocked at how big it became?
Yes, it was slow, but
Really?
It was slow the progress of the song. It took time. And but wherever I would go in some time, people would know the song. They would, hey, you are Papon. I'm like, if the songs reached so far, I couldn't imagine.
I remember it became so big in the gym they started to play it. A gym mein normally you'd have Punjabi songs and trance numbers. And they started playing this and we had people doing dumbbells with GAQ. I said,
how dumb is that?
No, but actually दो जगह हैं, gym and शादी. दो जगह पर अगर ये गाने चलने लग जाते, you know your song is a super hit. Which again brings me to one point. You are not a performer who likes to sing in these commercial weddings. Shah Rukh Khan once said, I don't care, I'll sing, dance. Salman Khan said, I'll sing, dance, doesn't matter. Anil Kapoor, all of the stars have all enjoyed the hospitality of these shadis. Does that also go against your purity of a performer?
No, I mean, it's a star thing. Stars are very well suited to celebrations like that. I'm not a star, I'm an artist, so I'm a musician. So. I don't like the star part of being an artist. It's nice, it comes with it. I've seen it with my parents, they were stars also. But then I would say I'm not a star, I'm an artist. So
but when you go back and supposing you go back and do a show in Assam, and somebody tells you, can you come for this wedding and play for us? Will you do that wedding and do it for free like that? That's how you'll perform, if you ever did?
No. If suppose it's someone I know, suppose it's your friend, his wedding, and he says, I really want Papon to come and sing. Okay, so then that is possible.
Okay.
Like because he knows my songs, and it's a request of a mehfil. In a bigger way. But if someone says, look, I need a star, I cannot live up to that star bit. Ek star chahiye, Bollywood singer chahiye, for the night to, then you need to be that good at entertaining. I am not. I go, but if you need a mood, call Papon. Then
I love that.
Then I'll come.
Mood, call Papon. I love it. You are. I think you're like this fine wine also that, people have this acquired taste for it. But it's worked very well. You were talking about your ghazals also. Is there something that, it's there on your personal side, but are you going to see it more on a commercial level as far as albums and those kind of things are concerned?
Yes, as we speak, I can't reveal now, but I'm working with a super duper poet we all know for a ghazal album. We have worked on it. We have 6 ghazals already ready.
Wow.
So maybe in this year, end of this year, somewhere around that time, I will come out with my originals. Not like I've done an MTV Unplugged ghazal set also. Some famous covers of songs I always liked. I've kind of redesigned it in a very jazzy way, in a very different sound. But I now want to come out with my own ghazals. So that's coming out soon.
So this is almost like a breakout year for you.
This could be, because last 2-3 years has been a lot of creativity, creating, and it's kind of, जमा हो रहा है, तो I need to release it somewhere.
अभी बहुत बाहर निकलेगा, बहुत मजा आएगा, लेकिन आज जिस क्रिएशन के लिए मैंने आपको बुलाया भी है, about a gentleman, जो मुझे लगता है कि इतने ज़्यादा accomplished person हमारी इंडस्ट्री में है नहीं. Lyricist, script writer, director, musician, daughter is a brilliant director. मतलब ऐसा है कि उनके घर पे, he truly is that. I remember एक बारी एक चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट में विशाल जी को मैं बहुत अच्छा जानता हूँ, रेखा जी को जानता हूँ, उनके साथ टेनिस भी खेलता हूँ मैं. जब गुलजार साहब आए थे, वो व्हाइट में पहने थे, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया व्हाट टू से. I was sitting there quietly like a little boy. अमिताभ बच्चन जी के साथ मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है. गुलजार साहब के साथ ऐसा हुआ था. How is your connection? This is not the first time you're doing something with him. You've had this great connection with him. और बहुत मुश्किल से उनके साथ connection बनता है because he is also a very strong, opinionated person. मतलब critical है वो. अगर आप थोड़ा 19-20 हैं, good night.
वो तो है.
हाँ बहुत. तो ये कैसे connection रहा आपका?
I think this is one of the biggest blessings. For me now, he says, I mean, my father's birthday is on the 17th, he's on the 18th. So, he says, अब मैं बाप हूँ. And I feel that fatherly love from him. And he says, you have that, you know, जो भी कर ले, you have that ancient soul in you. And so that's the connect. And I'm also, as you said, he's so, आजकल के बच्चे intense बोलते हैं ना. आजकल के बच्चे को intense बोलते हैं. क्योंकि इनको intense को मिला नहीं है life में शायद अभी तक. So, I find him very intense, you know. Yeah. So when I meet, I know the child of him, inside him. I know the fun side. We have had, like, you know, very interesting times. Whenever whatever little I have met him in the last few years. But yes, nervous तो मैं भी रहता हूँ. You know, you never know what he might say. But now I'm easy with him a little bit.
Yeah.
So over the years, he said that, you know, this kind of compositions and the sensibility you have, it's going away, and I like writing for that because that was the times I used to write for, and I don't get such compositions now to write. एक में भी विशाल जी ले आते कभी इधर उधर, और you know, I don't get such compositions from new generation to not. So he said, there कुछ तो है आपकी आवाज में, in your voice, in your approach, that, you know, I mean, how modest and humble he is as well. So he says, मेरी किस्मत है कि, you know, I found you, that I could write for something like compositions like this. So yeah, I'm blessed. Like,
it's a very organic fit actually.
It is maybe.
और आपने ये बनाया भी है जो this song of yours is such a tribute to him.
So it's basically 2 years back. I've already made a couple of songs with him.
Yeah.
He was keen कि ये गाना पहले निकालो because he liked it, and he said एक दिन तो some time back we met for a show, and he said, what are you doing with the song? I mean, how long will you take? Bring it out. And I'm like, deep down, because it's Gulzar Saab, I am very over cautious, and I'm trying to make it the best. I'm giving it the best platform possible because, you know, it's Gulzar Saab, man. I mean, like, it's gold for me. I cannot just release it. It's a big responsibility I'm feeling also. But उन्होंने कहा कि यार ये सब छोड़ो, मतलब let it go out, then only you can proceed to another work. आप उसको बंद क्यों रखे हो? And you know, today it's very difficult to, unfortunately, the way the music market is, the numbers, and people are looking at views, and so I know this song will not have view immediately. So I tried going to music labels, and music labels tell me a lot about how the market is, but they don't take the song. And they make me.
That is everybody's life story right now.
They make me understand the whole science and mathematics.
Mathematics behind it actually.
Economics also, the subject. And they are friends only. All the music label companies, they are friends. They gave me such half an hour. I'm like, रहने दे. ठीक है. मुझे सारा पता है जो half an hour you told me. So bye. You know, I just wanted to see if you have the intent or the.
Is that not going to happen, you think? आए तो है streaming platforms इतने सारे. मुझे लगा था इसी intent से आए थे कि यही जो unsung heroes हैं उनको एक platform देंगे.
Unsung भी नहीं है तो बहुत बड़े हीरो हैं.
ये तो बहुत बड़ा है. और या फिर so what do they expect now? मतलब कि क्या जो फॉर्मूला में चल रहे हैं, जो 13-year-olds 4 शब्द बोल सकते हैं, वही allowed है क्या?
नहीं, because numbers again. See, numbers तो वही है ना. Where is the number? Down the pyramid. Right? So if you want to go for numbers, तो आपको down the pyramid ही काम करना होगा. So if you want to work for niche and select, बेहतरीन लोग, बेहतरीन कान, बेहतरीन taste, so that's a less number. So if you're running towards numbers, which is I think accountants are running the music label. So then, you know, then we are missing out on the art. You have to have the guts to go and give art, you know, not what's selling, what can sell. Sell what cannot sell. Then you tell me who you are.
Actually, this is exactly what, you know, amazing. Now you mentioned this. So in Rajinikanth sir's biography, he said, all of us did this. We gave what audience wanted. We made the money, made the millions. The only person in the entire South industry was Kamal Hassan sir. He did what he wanted to do, and made sure people watched what he wanted to do. Some didn't work, some worked. In Rajnikant sir's biography, there is a chapter on Kamal Haasan to explain to the world you don't understand who he is and what he did. And this is a very similar thought. He never did what the public wanted. He said, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actor, I want to show you my vision, not your vision that you have seen every day.
Yeah, I mean that's why you are a creator. You're not you are the transmitting end, not at the receiving end.
You're not a Xerox machine, which is what has happened right
Exactly.
now. Don't worry, but the Xerox machine also will have a life, because I always believe this. We've also seen 2 decades in the industry now. There will be up and a down, up and a down. Now at least we're at a time where I'm seeing artists coming out with individual parts, where their individual YouTube handles and their own platforms have crores of followers. So that eventually will overtake. I have complete faith in this.
Same here also.
Yeah.
I think now it's going to break and new sounds will reach us, not via labels, but directly to us. I think.
Possibly. We'd love to hear this track.
Sure. I mean, it's new to me. I'm not well versed yet because gaya nahi abhi live. Roz hoti. It's called Roz hoti hai kahani koi.
Yeah.
Actually, kahani koi is the name of the song.
track.
So like how every day Roz hoti hai kahani koi matlab hai na mani koi. You know, so many stories every day. And Mula Sahab is all about stories also.
All the time.
रोज होती है कहानी कोई मतलब है न मानी कोई बारिशों के दिन है पत्ता पत्ता बरसता है प्यास बुझती ही नहीं दिल अभी तरसता है फिर भी कहता नहीं ज़बानी कोई रोज होती है कहानी कोई
Your voice has such a beautiful texture. ऐसा लगता है जैसे एक processor है आपकी आवाज में. But it is out on his album, on his YouTube platform. You can see it beautifully shot also, and the same pace also that Papon is walking with it. Papon is just walking, and there's lovely visuals.
Yes.
This was that the idea also, not to make it very. ऊपर एक कहानी भी बड़ी धीमे से सुनाया जाए.
तो Gulzar Saab was actually part of the process till the end also. In fact, I had thinking it's Gulzar Saab and serious. I didn't very serious video I made. So he said, "Beta, it's okay. I'm so serious. Song is already very serious. You bring a little smile in your face. Wear something light and don't
अच्छा
go
तो वो
dark."
walk जो है वो less serious वाली
फिर
walk.
less serious वाली walk है. और पहले पूरा रात सा था, फिर दिन सा shoot किया हमने. So, yeah, it's like that.
The creative process, you know, these are the names जो आपने लाइफ में सुनी है कि क्या पता एक मौका मिल जाए आप एक कमरे में बैठ के ऐसे लोगों के साथ मिलके कुछ क्रिएटिव बना सके. यही आपके जो वॉल पर जो you know, you want to put up there and say I worked with Gulzar Saab, not for, not you know him seeing it, with him. यही एक पद्धति मिल जाती है, and sir you have that पद्धति.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for just giving us a lovely music.
Thank you so much.
और आज आपने ये जो जिए क्यों गाया ना, आज मैं जिम में दोबारा इसको सुनूंगा. ये मदारी और ये दो गाने मैं बैक टू बैक सुनता हूँ कई बार. I love the mixture. We'll see you soon. Take care, and B4U. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye bye.
Thank you.